Using just 10 simple spices in your daily meals can offer powerful benefits for your heart health, helping to cleanse your arteries, reduce inflammation, and naturally prevent heart attacks and strokes. I've personally seen many people experience noticeable improvements in their health within just a few weeks of changing their cooking habits by adding these spices to their meals. What's concerning is that up to 75% of heart attacks happen when arteries are already more than 70% blocked, simply because people either don't know about or underestimate the power of these natural weapons sitting right in their own kitchen. Right now, I'm going to share with you 10 spices that are backed by science for their ability to support blood flow, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart safely, effectively, and in a way that's easy to incorporate into your everyday life. Let's kick off this list at number 10 with a spice that most people completely overlook: parsley. Now, you might think parsley is just a garnish, something tossed on your plate for decoration. But the truth is, parsley is packed with folate, about 90 micrograms per 10 grams, which is nearly 25% of your daily requirement, according to USDA data. Why does that matter? Because folate helps lower homocysteine, an amino acid in your blood that, when elevated, has been shown to increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. In fact, a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that for every 5 micromoles per liter increase in homocysteine, the risk of cardiovascular disease rises by 20%. For older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or a history of many strokes, keeping homocysteine in check is a key step in protecting your arteries and reducing the risk of serious heart problems. Beyond folate, parsley is rich in vitamin C, flavonoids, and anti-inflammatory compounds that help clean artery walls and prevent plaque buildup over time. And the best part? It's easy to add to your meals. Sprinkle it on soup, mix it into a salad, or toss it into your morning smoothie. It's simple, natural, and supports long-term protection against heart attack and stroke. And if a simple spice like parsley can already offer significant benefits, can you guess which common kitchen staple not only improves memory but also helps lower blood sugar levels effectively? Stay with me, because what comes next may truly surprise you. The hidden power of the most ordinary ingredients might just change the way you look at your health forever. Coming in at number 9 is a familiar herb in Mediterranean cooking: rosemary. But here's what many folks don't know. This small, fragrant plant may play a big role in keeping your arteries clear and supporting a healthy heart. In a study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, researchers found that rosemary contains rosmarinic acid, a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound. It helps protect your blood vessel walls from oxidative stress, one of the leading causes of arterial plaque buildup and ischemic stroke. But it doesn't stop there. Rosemary may also improve how your body handles glucose. According to the Iranian Journal of Basic Medical Sciences, rosemary helped lower fasting blood sugar by up to 20% in just a few weeks. That's especially important for folks over 50 who may be dealing with high blood pressure or early-stage diabetes, since high blood sugar can damage the lining of your arteries and raise your risk for a heart attack. And here's another bonus. Rosemary may help with short-term memory, which is a valuable benefit as we age, especially when it comes to preventing stroke-related memory loss or early dementia. It's easy to use too. Add fresh or dried rosemary to baked chicken or fish. Steep it in hot water for tea, or toss it with olive oil and roast your favorite veggies. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to support heart health without relying on medications. Have you ever used rosemary in tea, roasted dishes, or soups? If you found a way to make meals both tasty and heart-friendly, share it with us below. It might help someone else too. In reality, many people still believe that taking medication alone is enough to manage blood pressure. But the truth is, the next spice I'm about to mention has been shown to significantly lower blood pressure after just 12 weeks of consistent use, completely naturally, safely, and without the side effects that often come with prescription drugs. This is a valuable addition for anyone looking to take a more proactive, nutrition-based approach to protecting their heart. At number 8, we're talking about cardamom, a warm, aromatic spice with roots in Indian cuisine and a surprising benefit many folks have never heard of.
Cardamom is packed with heart-healthy properties, especially for older adults looking to keep their arteries clear and prevent serious blockages. A study published in the Indian Journal of Biochemistry and Biophysics found that taking 3 grams of cardamom daily for 12 weeks significantly lowered both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in people with early-stage hypertension. And that matters because high blood pressure is one of the leading risk factors for heart attack and stroke, especially as we age. Cardamom also works as a natural diuretic, helping your body get rid of excess sodium and reducing pressure on artery walls. Plus, it's rich in antioxidants that fight inflammation and protect the inner lining of your arteries, where plaque buildup usually begins. The great part? Cardamom is easy to add to your diet. You can crush a few pods into hot tea, stir it into soup, or combine them with cinnamon and ginger in a stew for something that's both delicious and heart-friendly. If you're someone over 60 aiming to avoid a stroke, mini-stroke, or heart attack, adding a spice like cardamom is a small change that can lead to long-term heart protection and healthier aging. Do you like adding cardamom to your tea or cooking? If it's helped you sleep better or keep your blood pressure steady, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Your tip could be exactly what someone else needs. If you thought cardamom was impressive, then now is the time to discover a spice often referred to as a natural artery cleanser. With just a small change in your daily seasoning habits, this spice can help significantly lower bad cholesterol levels without the need for medication, offering lasting benefits for your heart and overall health.
At number 7, the herb I'm talking about is thyme, a tiny ingredient with big benefits for your heart. It's especially powerful when it comes to managing blood pressure and cholesterol levels. One study from Acta Poloniae Pharmaceutica found that thyme extract could help lower both blood pressure and heart rate in people with hypertension. And for older adults, that's a big deal because high blood pressure is one of the top causes of heart attack and stroke. But that's not all. Thyme has also been shown to lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, reduce triglycerides, and increase HDL cholesterol, the good kind. All of that works together to help keep your arteries clear and reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. Here's a bonus. Thyme can also be used as a natural salt substitute. That means you can cut down on sodium without sacrificing flavor, something especially helpful for anyone watching their blood pressure. Have you tried swapping salt for thyme in your meals? If you found a simple, flavorful way to use it that's good for your heart, share it. Someone out there will thank you for it. Have you always thought of spices like cinnamon or cloves as just ways to add flavor to your meals? The surprising truth is that one of them contains a powerful antioxidant compound that can actually slow down the progression of atherosclerosis, a key factor in preventing serious heart complications. We're talking about cloves, and this is just the beginning. This warm, fragrant spice, often used in stews or tea, is packed with incredibly potent antioxidants that can do wonders for heart health. Researchers have found that cloves are rich in eugenol, a natural compound with strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. It helps protect the inner lining of your arteries, which is exactly where plaque buildup tends to start. And that's key to preventing atherosclerosis, the underlying cause of most heart attacks and ischemic strokes. One study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food showed that clove extract can significantly lower LDL cholesterol, that's the bad kind, and one of the biggest contributors to artery blockage in older adults. The best part? You only need a little. Cloves can be added to tea, soups, or slow-cooked dishes. Even in small amounts, they can have a long-term impact on heart health. Do you use cloves in your tea or cooking? What changes did you notice the most? Easier breathing, feeling warmer, or better sleep? Let us know in the comments. From this point on, we'll explore a special group of spices that can make a noticeable difference in your blood test results. With just half a teaspoon a day, you can naturally, safely, and effectively support lower cholesterol, stabilize blood pressure, and improve overall heart health. Let's take a closer look at number 5, cinnamon, and why it's especially helpful for folks with diabetes. Sure, it's a familiar flavor in desserts, but it also packs a serious punch when it comes to protecting your heart. That's big news for older adults, diabetics, and anyone at risk for stroke.
Multiple studies, including one published in Diabetes Care, have shown that just half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day can significantly reduce fasting blood sugar, total cholesterol, and LDL, bad cholesterol, all of which are major risk factors for heart disease, heart attack, and ischemic stroke.
Cinnamon is also rich in polyphenols, which are natural antioxidants. These compounds help reduce inflammation and protect the artery walls, where dangerous plaque tends to build up. If you're over 60 and looking for a simple, natural way to support heart health and manage blood pressure, adding cinnamon to your daily routine is one of the easiest things you can do. You can sprinkle it on oatmeal, stir it into coffee, or blend it into a morning smoothie. It adds flavor and heart protection without needing a prescription. Do you sprinkle cinnamon into your morning coffee or oatmeal? If it's helped balance your blood sugar or improve your mood, that might be just the encouragement someone else is waiting for. If you often experience poor circulation, chest discomfort, or occasional lightheadedness, the next spice we'll cover might be the silent lifesaver you never considered. Small in size, but remarkably effective in supporting heart health and improving blood flow naturally. Cayenne isn't just about adding heat to your meals. It's actually a powerful natural tool that can help open up your arteries and lower your risk of a heart attack. Its key ingredient is capsaicin, a compound that's been shown to relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and improve circulation. One study from the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology found that capsaicin stimulates nitric oxide production, which helps soften artery walls, reduce pressure, and protect the inner lining, the very area where dangerous plaque tends to build up. Even better, capsaicin can help lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that contributes to clogged arteries and stroke. Some studies also suggest that cayenne can reduce systemic inflammation, which is a big deal when it comes to preventing heart complications in older adults. It's easy to add to your diet. You can stir a pinch of cayenne into warm lemon water in the morning, sprinkle it on soups or stews, or even add it to a light detox drink if your health allows. Now it's time to dive into the top 3 powerhouse spices, not only known for protecting the cardiovascular system, but also for reducing platelet stickiness in the blood, which helps prevent the formation of dangerous clots, a major cause of stroke. These are the silent warriors you should start including in your daily meals if you want to keep your arteries clear and your heart beating strong. First up in the top 3 is ginger, a kitchen staple most of us already have, but few realize it's also a powerful natural remedy that can help prevent heart disease and stroke. Plenty of studies have shown that compounds in ginger, like gingerol and shogal, have strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. They help protect the inner lining of your arteries, which is exactly where plaque starts to build up, and where problems like atherosclerosis and ischemic stroke begin. According to a meta-analysis published in Nutrition, taking 2 to 4 grams of ginger daily can significantly lower LDL cholesterol, triglycerides, and fasting blood sugar, especially in people with type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure, 2 of the biggest risk factors for heart attack and stroke in older adults. Ginger also helps improve blood circulation and reduce platelet stickiness, which means it can lower your risk of blood clots, a serious concern as we age. The good news? Ginger is easy to use. You can brew it into tea, add it to soups, or stir it into stews. If you're over 60 and looking for a natural, no-fuss way to support your heart and prevent stroke, ginger is one of the best places to start. If you think ginger is the most powerful spice, just wait until you hear what's next. This spice not only offers exceptional anti-inflammatory benefits, but can also boost nutrient absorption by up to 2,000% when used the right way, a little-known secret that can make a big difference in your heart health. I'm talking about turmeric, that bright golden spice with benefits that modern medicine is finally catching up to. Its active compound, curcumin, has been shown to protect the heart and significantly lower the risk of heart attack and stroke. One study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that patients who took curcumin daily had 65% less heart muscle damage after heart surgery compared to those who didn't. That's huge. It shows curcumin's ability to reduce widespread inflammation and protect artery walls from damage, a leading cause of atherosclerosis.
Curcumin also helps lower LDL cholesterol, triglycerides, and prevents the oxidation of fats in the blood, slowing the buildup of plaque in your arteries, which is the root of ischemic stroke and coronary artery disease, especially in older adults. There's one catch: curcumin doesn't absorb well on its own, but when combined with black pepper, absorption increases by up to 2,000% according to research published in Plantamedica. You can enjoy turmeric in curries, soups, or even as a golden milk latte. It's a great choice for anyone focused on a heart-healthy, anti-inflammatory lifestyle, especially if you're over 60 and serious about stroke prevention. And right now, let's uncover the #1 spice, highly recommended not only by nutrition experts but also by leading cardiologists around the world. This spice is considered an essential part of the daily diet when it comes to protecting your heart and supporting long-term cardiovascular health. That's right, it's garlic. But here's the thing: if you really want to unlock its full power, how you use it makes all the difference. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce LDL cholesterol, and relax blood vessels. That means better circulation and less pressure on your artery walls. According to a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Nutrition, regularly consuming garlic for 6 months can lower systolic blood pressure by 8 to 10 mmHg in people with hypertension. That's similar to the effect of some prescription medications. Another study out of Germany found that garlic could reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 18% in just 3 months, while also slowing the buildup of arterial plaque, which significantly lowers the risk of ischemic stroke and heart attack, especially in older adults.
Garlic also has mild blood-thinning properties, which can help prevent dangerous blood clots, a leading cause of sudden stroke and early death in people with heart conditions. You can enjoy garlic raw, roasted, in honey, or as aged garlic extract. For best results, chop or crush fresh garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking to activate the allicin. When it comes to living a longer, healthier life, especially if you're trying to prevent stroke, heart attack, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, garlic isn't just a spice, it's a must-have part of any heart-healthy diet. As you've seen, everyday spices like garlic, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon aren't just about flavor. They can help clean your arteries, lower your blood pressure and cholesterol, and protect against stroke and heart disease naturally. They're not meant to replace medication, but if you start including them in your meals every day, you're taking a powerful step toward protecting your heart, especially once you're over 50. If you found the information in this video helpful, don't hesitate to share it with your family and friends, especially those who care about heart health. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest and most practical tips on stroke prevention and daily heart protection. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next video with even more valuable content.